what's going on, guys? Joker back again once again, and it seems that Bungie has finally listened. So, from Thursday's TWAB, we received a lot of things. It was a very big and juicy TWAB, so I'll get into it. Now, some people have gone far more in depth into it, like Ascendant Nomad or the Dream Team TDT, but here's my take on this and reading from it and my thoughts on it. So, first off, sunsetting will be sunset. Woohoo! A lot of the community have been saying, we really do not want to deal with sunsetting anymore. It was implemented badly. It was done poorly. We want it gone. So starting now, right, anything that is not sunset will never get sunset. So you can still use that Quick Draw, Astral Horizon, Criminal's Dagger, that God Will Gnawing Hunger. You can still use that. So that's really good. Good work, Bungie, and that's pretty freaking great. I'd be satisfied here and would have taken back, my ranting, at least, just calm down from it, from the past video before, if it was just that. But there's more stuff. For one, one of the issues that might come up is, well, Fellwinners is still here, and War Cells for PvE is still here. Second thing I wanted to get to is Bungie's going to address that. At least they said they were, that they're going to look into ways of messing around with that. Fourth thing. This is a Crucible thing. They are addressing 3-peaking in Trials, which, as a competitive player myself, I say about freaking time, Bungie! Trials has always had an issue with 3-peaking ever since Destiny 1, with emotes, and when swords were introduced, it was even more ridiculous. So what they're doing with 3-peaking in both Trials and Survival, how they're addressing this, is for one, emotes starting season, I think it's 14, either 14 or 15, emotes will be disabled. And you can't pull out third-person weapons like a sword if you don't have ammo for them. And that was only for Trials and Survival. The ranked modes, so you can still easily pull it out in like normal control, or you can pull it out in PvE, so good work, Bungie. I feel like there should be another way to address that, but for now, that's good. Number 6. Actually, there's number 4, but number 6 on my little tips. But number 4 that I'm going to talk about is Trials is getting some love. There's not much incentive to stick to a card after you lose. It's just like, oh, well, fuck me. Guess I'm going to have to try to start again. So people will just restart their card, and it just gets into that constant grind of, okay, let's see how much hours it freaking takes me to go flawless. And then sometimes, you just don't get flawless. And it's just, like, not everybody is a god. Like, the casual people just can't get it. So, that's an issue there. So Bungie's sort of working on incentives, which I don't know what that would mean there, but I'm happy to see what it might be. And they are incentives to stick to a card even when it's gone, so I don't know what they mean by that, but, even if you have a loss on your card, they're going to look for a way to make sure that, you'll still be around and play. Also, they're talking about something involving solo trials, which intrigues me, in all honesty. I don't know how that would properly be pulled off, because yes, you can solo matchmake with trials. You can do like a little solo trials matchmaking. Maybe freelance trials? That would be interesting. I'd actually be down to mess around with that. Some freelance trials. That could be pretty good. Also, sorry if I'm going by a little bit fast. I kind of just wanted to rush this out here because I'm kind of very excited for the TWAB. The TWAB was freaking amazing. And so, pardon that. I'm also trying a new video style. If you've noticed right here, just a commentary. So when I do commentary videos, there's just gameplay in the background. Sorry for my occasional very, very bad aim with my Igneous Hammer there. But as I'm trying this out right here, so let me know how you think about that. If you want some volume of the gameplay going on as well, or if you don't like this commentary at all, or anything like that, let me know. Or if you like it and you think it's good and you want to try to see more of that, when it calls for that, I'll gladly do that. Number 7 is going to be very short, which is number 5 on my current list, which is Iron Banner Love. Iron Banner is receiving some love, as well as Trials. After Trials is kind of reworked and messed around with, Iron Banner will receive some love. The next one is a very nice thing for you casuals out there. It is reduced grinding for the game overall. Now, what that means there is basically starting next season, in Season 14, right? In Season 14, we will have a pinnacle cap only raised by 10. So if you already reached the max light here, which I think is 1310, I think, then it will go to 1320. So like if you already reached the max light here for this season, the moment next season starts up, you'll already be in the pinnacle grind. If not, guess what? You only have to go up an extra 10 levels from whatever, plus whatever you did not level up to this season. So that helps casual players catch up, or hardcore players that took a break, it helps them catch up, and it kind of makes it so that you don't have to grind so much and focus so much on grinding. You can play other games or just enjoy the game. So that's very nice there, and I know how that can be. I have a friend that does not want to keep grinding constantly, so he's kind of behind, but he was really happy to hear about that. And again, that's 10 levels going up per season, but of course with something like Witch Queen, like a big expansion, they will of course go and raise it way more than just 10, probably at least 50, I'm assuming. So that's very nice there, and I am really, really happy about that, and I appreciate that. Another thing that they're talking about is Season 14, we're getting a special little treat, us Destiny veterans. We are getting Vault of Glass back. So they said that they wanted basically normal Vault of Glass, if I remember correctly, like the OG Vault of Glass, but they're going to, throw in some champions, make it a little bit more difficult, and I'm kind of happy about that. How they decided to work the raid, like for the day one, the raid contestant mode will be on, and you might think as well, well, frick, Destiny 2 players don't know how to do the raid, veteran players do know how to do the raid from Destiny 1, so veteran players are obviously going to win and get worlds first. But you already addressed that. There's going to be some challenges you have to complete besides completing the raid, so everything seems fair and dandy there. Also, they talked about a Master and Grandmaster version they were thinking about for the raid, which think hard mode Destiny 1, Prestige raid Destiny 2. But the kicker is we'll be getting Adept Weapons back, so kind of like the end of Destiny 1's update lifespan. Like right before Destiny 2 launched, how we sort of had Adept Weapons that we could get by doing challenges. This will be basically earnable Adept Weapons from raid, which I'm really happy about, by doing Master or Grandmaster difficulty versions of the raid, and I am actually really excited about that, because I love raiding, especially with VOG. So I'm really, really going to like that. Now, another thing that's going to be getting addressed is Transmog. Ada 1 will return and give us quests to get items, to basically transmog any armor, turn any of our armor into an ornament, and apply it to whatever armor. So if we like the look of one armor, but it's not a good stat roll, turn it into an ornament, apply it to your high stat roll armor. Season 15 will experience crossplay as well. So, we kind of expected that crossplay will happen at some point. We did not really have a date. Now we do. It's Season 15, so woo. And it is turn-offable. You will only matchmake on console with people on PC if you join a fire team with a PC friend. So that was a little bit of concern, so that's addressed. So you don't have to, fight PC players a lot, unless if, you're playing with your friends. Ikora will become more relevant. That's another point in the story. She has not really been relevant that much in the story, but now she will be. Bungie was talking about stasis, energy, and heavy weapons, which is interesting. I don't know really how that will work. I mean, we kind of saw that with the exotic grenade launcher. But Salvation's Grip, but I'm always down for that, specifically a stasis legendary linear fusion or something like that. We still don't have a legendary linear fusion, and not linear fusion, a legendary energy tracer rifle, or an exotic energy tracer rifle, that stasis element. That would be cool. We don't have a stasis tracer rifle, and we don't have a legendary tracer rifle. So that'll be cool. And that's what I'm kind of looking forward to that. I'm interested in seeing where they go with that. Another point, they're doubling down on firepower for the studio, specifically the anti-cheat. So that is freaking great, because, we really need to get that DDoS protection up, and also, stop cheating running rampant on PC, because I've heard a lot of people who complained about that, and I've seen a lot of cheaters on PC from videos. Lucky 10p is known for destroying cheaters in trials and basically being the human anti-cheat. That's what the community calls him, I guess, now. because he's just on PC helping people go flawless, and he's going flawless himself, but he's having to deal with cheaters constantly, and that's been annoying, I bet. And of course, Bungie's talked about how they've been taking legal action against cheat providers. You've already probably seen some of those going on, like when they sued Perfect Aim, and them and another company teamed up to sue another company, like another cheating company, because that cheating company was selling cheats for both Destiny 2 and that other company's games. So that other company and Bungie teamed up to lawsuit them. So that's going on. Another thing, stasis is finally going to get balanced. So basically, Bungie has realized that finally has acknowledged that stasis is an issue, and they're kind of trying to go about it and be like, okay, yeah, this is an issue. How do we fix it? And in Season 14 and 15, they're going to start balancing it a little bit more, giving it more nerfs and that. To go into specifics, they're fixing bugs with Warlock Shadebinder. They're nerfing the Revenant Hunter's shurikens by making them do less damage and reducing the aim assist, the tracking. And they're also making it so that we get no damage reduction when we shatter dive. That's fair nerf. Finally, my main quell with stasis is Behemoth Titan. That's getting a big ass nerf, and I'm happy about that. It needs a nerf. For one, it's one of the longest lasting supers in the game, which Bungie will address that with the fact that making the light attacks cost more super energy. So, good on you, Bungie. They're also making it so that, Behemoth Titan's known as being really tanky. Probably has the most super armor out of all the supers in Destiny 2. So they're going to address that and reduce the super armor on it. And they're also going to make it so that, it's harder to properly use Shiver Strike when slowed. When slowed. So that's nice, because it's kind of annoying to slow down Titan and him just Shiver Strike it out of it and hit you in the face. Or Shiver Strike behind the corner and dodge out of it. That's not really fun at all. So they're addressing that, and also they're getting rid of the AoE, which I personally hated. Some people might disagree, but I hated the fact that it shoots out an ice AoE when you pop the super and insta-freezes people, even in the air. It was really annoying to me, and I am personally happy that that's going to get a nerf. And basically, overall, they're also nerfing the general damage of Crystal Shatter. So when you're shattered, like when a crystal shatters and you take the crystals, you'll take less damage, which, I'm really, really happy about that. The whole goal seems to be in the same boat as us wanting, as the community, which is to balance stasis with other with the light subclasses. Speaking of the light subclasses, Bungie is also going to try to rebalance them and overall balance the subclasses. So that's going to be great. And I can't wait to see what they do with that, trying to make the light subclasses, getting a buff probably, especially stuff like Nova Warp, very unused ones, which that's why I said Nova Warp, because Nova Warp's hardly used at all. Other thoughts that come to mind maybe would be Arcstrider. But beyond that, it will be cool to see what happens with that. And I cannot wait for that at all. That will be freaking great. So it seems like Bungie's listening overall. This is my quick take on that, on the 12 from last Thursday. And I hope you all enjoyed. I'm really happy. See you in Season 14-15. Catch you guys on the next one.